With that, I want to begin by just talking a little bit about the U.S. Commission on International Religious Freedom and the work that we do to promote the universal right. We were created in 1998 under the International Religious Freedom Act. The CAA, on its face, singles out Muslims and denies them a path to citizenship afforded to persons of all other faiths. The CAA's stated purpose is to protect individuals facing religious persecution in India's neighboring countries. Yet, it excludes Hindus persecuted and displaced in neighboring countries like Burma. There are more than 400 Hindus trying to survive in the Rohingya camps, and Muslim communities facing persecution such as Ahmadis in Pakistan and Shia in Afghanistan. An alternative to enacting the CAA that would better effectuate its purpose would have been to simply ask those seeking citizenship in India whether they had faced persecution and to fast track those applicants who said they had. The CAA, however, is significantly more worrisome and raises some questions about its intent when it's coupled with the potential nationwide national register of citizens, which national leaders of the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party are pushing for. We saw this process play out in the northeastern state of Assam, where a statewide registry was claimed as a mechanism for identifying migrants in the region. Many Indian citizens, in particular Muslims, have had their citizenship questioned and challenged by local authorities and have been excluded from the National Register of Citizens despite their families having lived in India for generations. Over the past years, Indians of all faiths have been exercising their peaceful right to protest, to express their opposition to the CAA and these other recent developments. Yet, since its passage, we have seen a deadly crackdown by government authorities against the protesters, journalists, and advocates, and communal violence targeting Muslim communities, including earlier this year in Delhi. USCIRF's recent hearing on combating online hate speech and disinformation targeting religious communities addressed the rise of hate and disinformation online in countries around the world, including India. Government officials and social forces continue to spread disinformation against religious minorities, Dalits, and other minority groups. For example, India is Facebook's biggest market, and its messenger service, WhatsApp, continues to be used to target and facilitate violence against India's religious minorities and Dalits, including during COVID. Amnesty International's India's announcement that it is ceasing operations after removing Muslim majority Jammu and Kashmir's autonomy in August 2019 by abrogating Article 370 of the Constitution, government restrictions within the state on assembly and movement severely restricted religious freedom. It is our understanding that those restrictions have continued through this year and under COVID. We are also concerned about continued enforcement of both anti-cow slaughter laws and anti-conversion laws. 21 of 28 Indian states criminalize cow slaughter in various forms. These laws are often enforced against religious minorities, especially Muslims. And 10 Indian states possess anti-conversion laws prohibiting religious conversion based on force, allurement, inducement, or fraud. However, many contain such broad definitions that they can be interpreted as prohibiting any kind of conversion, whether consensual or not. The government action, including the continued enforcement of cow slaughter and anti-conversion laws, are also problematic because they create a culture of impunity. Political and community leaders are promulgating an ideology that suggests that to be Indian today is necessarily to be Hindu, and views India's religious minorities as subordinate or foreign. As an ally and as a friend, the United States needs to take steps to make sure that India upholds the rights guaranteed to all of its citizens as enshrined in its own constitution. That includes the freedom of religion or belief. And for that reason, we made the recommendation that we did to the State Department to designate India a country of particular concern earlier this year. And we hope that the efforts of many of those who are joining us today will be a way to highlight what is happening in India and to move it away from the direction it has been headed in, and to one where it embraces the rights of all and the ability of all to practice their religion. Thank you